Welcome all. In today's video, we are diving into reflex angles, those unique angles that go beyond 180 degrees but are less than 360 degrees. We will cover what reflex angles are, how to identify them, and where they show up in real life. By the end, you'll have a solid grasp of reflex angles and how to measure them accurately. I would like you to subscribe to this channel and click on this bell icon. So let's get started with reflex angles. Now we are exploring the concept of a complete rotation. You may have heard terms like full circle or 360 degrees, but what does a complete rotation really mean in geometry? We will look at how it is measured and how we see it in everyday life, and why understanding it is important in angles and shapes. Now I have a complete circle. Let's divide it into 4 equal parts. What we notice that a circle is divided into 4 parts and each part is 90 degree. Means each part represents a right angle. So we can easily notice these points that an angle is measured in degrees, as we all know. A quarter part of a circle measures 90 degrees. Half of a circle measures 180 degree and a complete circle measures 360 degrees. As you all know, there are different types of angles like acute angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, right angle, and reflex angle. I have already discussed in detail in my lecture 3 of geometry, drawing and measuring angles using protractor. Here you will learn about different types of angles and how to measure and draw them with the help of protractor. Subscribe to Maths Guide on YouTube. Before moving on to the reflex angle, let's recall other types of angles too. First angle is right angle. A right angle is one of the most fundamental concepts in geometry, representing an angle of exactly 90 degrees. It forms a perfect L shape like a corner of a square or rectangle and is a building block for many geometric shapes and designs. Next is an acute angle. It measures less than 90 degrees. It means it lies somewhere between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. For example, it's an angle of 55 degrees. This angle is between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So, this is a perfect 55 degrees angle which can be formed with the help of a protractor. Here are some real-life examples regarding acute angles. Next angle is an obtuse angle. It's an angle that measures more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Unlike an acute angle, which is sharp and narrower, an obtuse angle appears wider and more open. Look at this example. It's an angle of 120 degrees. It is an obtuse angle. Why? Because it is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. Here are some real-life examples regarding one obtuse angle. When an angle completes its half rotation, a straight angle is formed. A straight angle is an angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. It forms a straight line creating two opposite rays that extend in opposite directions. Two 90-degree angles form a straight angle, and two straight angles make a complete 360-degree rotation. As you all know, a protractor is a measuring tool used in geometry to measure and draw angles. Reflex angles are also drawn with the help of this protractor. But to learn how to draw other angles, watch Drawing and Measuring Angles Using Protractor on Maths Guide, where I have mentioned in detail different parts of protractor and how to place it to draw different angles. Let's move on to the main topic, a reflex angle. As you know, when two rays join at a single point, an angle is formed. Now look here, starting from 0, when a terminal ray starts moving forward towards 90 degrees, acute angles are formed. On reaching at 90 degrees, it forms an angle which is called a right angle. Moving forward towards 180 degree, angles formed are called obtuse angles, and on reaching exactly 180 degree forming this semicircle like rotation, this is called a straight angle. And after moving forward from 180 degrees, reflex angles start. From 180 to 360 degree, all angles are called reflex angle. So we can say a reflex angle lies between 180 degrees and 360 degrees, or it is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degrees. Here are some examples like 199 degree, 273 degree, 300, 193 and 280 degrees are all examples of reflex angles because they are greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degrees. Now the question rises how to draw angles with the help of protractor. There are two types of protractors. One is 360 degree protractor which is in front of you, and the other we normally use is 180 degree protractor. Drawing reflex angle using this 360 degree protractor is very easy because it has all markings starting from zeros towards 360 degrees, a complete rotation. As we all know, reflex angle measures greater than 180 degree, so our angle will start moving from 0 to any measurement greater than 180 degree. It has a larger rotation. For example, if we want to draw an angle of 190 degree, our angle will be from zeros to 180 degree, making a straight angle, and 10 more points make an angle of 190 degree. Like this. You can make other angles using this protractor of any measurement greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degrees. We can also draw a reflex angle using this simple protractor, but this time we will place protractor in an inverted position or an opposite direction. But while placing this protractor, make sure that the baseline of your protractor and your initial ray must be aligned, and the center point of protractor and the tip of initial ray must be at same position. If we want to draw an angle of 270 degrees, we have to see how much more degrees we have to add up to 180 degrees to make an angle of 270 degrees. For this purpose, we take a difference of 270 degrees and 180 degrees, that is 90 degrees. Using inner scale, because we have to move forward from 180 degree, using inner scale we will count 90 degrees and draw our terminal ray. This angle AOC is our required angle of 270 degrees. Another simple method of drawing reflex angle using simple protractor is subtracting the reflex angle from 360 degree. For example, we want to draw an angle of 210 degree, which is a reflex angle. Instead of moving forward from 180 degree, we will subtract this measurement from 360 degree. When we subtract, we get 150 degrees. So now we have to use this outer scale, and we will draw an angle of 150 degrees, moving backward from 360 degrees. This is our terminal ray, and now rotation will be upward, showing an angle of 210 degrees starting from 0 to 210. It's very easy to identify a reflex angle by looking at their rotation. As you can see, the rotation in this figure is greater than 180 degree, while in this figure rotation is very small. So we can easily identify a reflex angle. In the absence of rotation, it's not easy to identify which time shows reflex angle or which time shows an obtuse angle. Here one clock is showing an obtuse angle as you can see the rotation, and this clock is showing a reflex angle. So it was very easy with the help of rotation. Now let's try them. An angle that measures 180 degree is called a straight angle. An angle greater than 180 degree is called reflex angle. 270 degree angle has 3 right angles. Reflex angle is always less than 360 degrees. To draw reflex angle, we place this object in an opposite direction. Yes, it's a protractor. Kindly subscribe if you are new to this channel. My next lecture will be about complementary and supplementary angles, so stay tuned.